Hey, Shantae with Brown Sugar Talks under Black Unicorns. So, new meaning of adding insult to injury. That's all they've been doing. That's it. So, I have had a group of women, and I believe it's a sorority, with a conservativeness following me. The scary part is that they are so ignorant that any action they take within my life is something that actually holds me back. I don't know if they think it's funny. I don't know if they just actually think they helping me. I don't know, but either way, it's a sad, sad situation. So, I'm going to the store with my son because we got to get groceries. We got to get bread. For whatever reason, we get on a bus and a lady sees the strings on my son's mask, which is just decoration. He's a kid. And she just keeps saying, you got to tie that up. You got to tie that up. Well, first off, you wouldn't even let us on the bus if his mask wasn't on his face. So why would he have to tie it up? These are the things that have continuously happened, even in Texas. I remember our first neighbor was a white girl. She would call the office and say that we were giving her migraine headaches because my son was making up so much noise. And he really wasn't doing anything. I think they just wanted us to try to move or whatever. And we didn't. I really couldn't afford to move. I got the money, but I really couldn't afford a 2-bedroom apartment. Seriously, I could not afford it. So we were forced to move. I asked her in the process, I said, if we move, is it going to be a charge? Because it was like all of a sudden she was just like, yeah, you got to move. Like, you got to move by this day. I had to take off work. I lost days, all this different stuff. I lost money. So I moved into the new apartment, which is nice. We finally get 2 bedrooms.
I'm not sure I understand.
We still don't use the bedrooms, but still we got them. And it was a nice, it was awkward. It was like, what, $300 more, maybe $250 more, but still it was like extra money. So, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't know who these people are, but y'all have really low standards, and that is the problem. Like, the reason why I choose certain things, I remember I chose this little house in Cahokia. I chose the house because it was small and it was for me and my child. And I really didn't want to be in a 1-bedroom house. But I decided to go ahead and do it because I needed to be able to afford it. Okay. So I moved there and somebody breaks in, they steal the computer. Me and my son move on with our life. And at that time, I'm still seeing another asshole. What's his name? Whatever his name, I forgot his name. It wasn't Terrence, it was Tyrone. You see? It's just been a process of y'all actually harassing me. And Tyrone had to have known somebody at Confluence Academy, because this stuff is continuously going on. It's like one day he came, I guess because the lady at Nova Academy said I didn't wear slips. And I guess the kids could see my underwear. Nobody told me they could see my underwear. They just kept talking about me. Nobody said, because at a Confluence Academy, they would have said, hey, you need to go get a slip. Like, put on a slip. The lady would have said something like, girl, go, bitch, you need to start wearing a slip. And this is actually a white woman, a Texas white woman, would actually have stopped me and said, you need to go put on a slip. Shantae, wear a slip. No. I get to Confluence Academy. This man went all the way till I get home and started telling me I need to put a slip on. And he said, everybody can see your panties and you ain't no good. And he went far. So, you have to really control the people that you have in your life. Even when I was in the classroom, I remember this lady would come to the classroom door. She was just a teacher's assistant. She way older than me, just now getting her certification. I already have experience. So she just now getting her certification. She comes in and says, your classroom is too loud. I said, but it's good noise and it's bad noise. And you have to recognize both, because your classes will make noise. Well, this classroom is too loud. They on the corner. When they come out of the elevator, they listening to you. I said, I don't care. So I just closed the door. Because there's a such thing as good noise and bad noise. And if you don't have a teaching experience and you got people telling you and delegating all this stuff to you, then you won't know. And y'all, at this point, I hadn't got pregnant. I didn't lose the baby yet. None of this stuff. But I'm still getting over having a kid and then listening to my mama with her mess and all this different stuff. It's so much stuff that goes on in the world. Listen to me, lady, whoever you are. You were in the car with me. All I did was speak to you. That's it. And the stuff that I was telling you, I was just telling you that as a female, as a woman, that I had a good time. And I was hoping that you had stories like that to tell me too. But you didn't. And so I never judged you for that until you start judging me. So because you didn't have the stories to tell, you then therefore judge me. You brought harm and distance inside my classroom. You brought harm and distance inside my life. My entire life has been messed up after actually getting a job at Confluence Academy. I don't know what y'all's motives were. I don't know what the issues were. I don't know why I had to be a part of that. It's so many good schools in St. Louis that maybe I could be a part of. Like, I really would have liked to still want to be able to be a teacher. But I can't even function in my life correctly because of this. So, not only do y'all find little itty bitty issues to pick at, then y'all want to throw me away, like because I noticed that you ain't shit. Now I'm supposed to be like feeling bad about it, or I'm supposed to feel, get out, just get out. That's not something I would do. That's not. Y'all had me in a classroom with 2 children, one of my own, and the other one she wasn't even supposed to be in there. Every day she was in there like she was one of my students, listening, trying to figure stuff out. I took her on the outings with me, try to mess up my life there too. And so not only was it her, it was now administrators and teachers assistants and teachers. It was everybody that actually had all these issues. And I'm pretty sure not one of you can name anything inside of your life that I have actually done to you. None of you can. None of you can. Because I told you some stories. That's an issue for you. I actually have an anxiety attack. Today I actually had a straight up anxiety attack thinking about this lady. And all of it was because this lady just wouldn't shut the fuck up. So she saw the strings and then decided to say, he needs to tie that up. You got to tie that up. You got to tie that up. Nobody, all you had to do was shut the fuck up. It had nothing to do with you. He had his mask on his face. And that was exactly what that lady would do. Come to the door. Y'all loud. They can hear you. You loud. My thing I heard. Well, go somewhere else. Of all the places in the school, she chose to be in front of my door. It was so many other places for her to go. So many places for her to go. But she decided to be right in front of my door. She could have moved the table to the hallway where the stairs were. There wasn't anybody there. And it was actually better because then she could actually get around to one hallway and see down the other hallway. She did not have to have her space right there for that area. It was actually another area that was actually larger than where we were. And there was also a library that was there. Whether they had classes in there or not, it was still space inside of the library. So it was so many other choices that she could have made as a human being. But instead, she sat in the hallway and decided to terrorize me. Not only now, but now continuously throughout my life. It was so much stuff that happened in that compact time of me moving back here. Started with Nova, then with Brandon, then with the baby, and then losing a baby, being raped numerous times, all this different stuff, and you still keep thinking that something I'm telling you is a fantasy or that's not my life or whatever. Yes, it was. Yes, it is. And so I'm tired of y'all just leave us alone. And that tells me you don't care. Right now, I still have anxiety sitting inside of my stomach. No matter how many times I'm going to try to get it out, it is still sitting inside of my stomach. This has nothing to do with you. I don't care if it said I don't have to know you. What I was saying was if my friends pass the message through you, I don't have to know that person. But if a message was from Jack, and I knew that me and Jack talked about that, I could quickly smile and go on with my day. That's how it was supposed to go. It was a positive thing. But because a person with negativity got involved, sweetheart, you have a lot of growing up to do. I don't care how old you are. You are a very immature and jealous person. And not one time had I done anything to you. That's why I went to beat your ass at that fucking restaurant. And I think every time you would get involved, I probably would have fucked you up. And that's that is the fucking truth. At the end of the day, if you were ever in my fucking face, I would have beat the fuck out of you. Ain't no fucking way a person have to go through that much abuse in their fucking life. You are a very abusive human being. You actually need fucking counseling. That's what the fuck I think about you. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit. And you would never, I don't care how many degrees you go back and get. Until you fix your fucking brain, until you get it inside your head that sometimes people just don't want you around, until you start to actually access your own fucking life, you ain't gonna be nothing. And I'm telling you, I don't care how many fucking degrees you got. It don't matter what color you are. You just like the white lady at that school who told on that kid and got him suspended. You just like him. Not him, her. You are exactly like her. You a Susan or a Karen. A Sharon or a Karen. You just a black version of it. Instead of you coming into my classroom to learn, instead of you and Shermone Lindsay coming into that classroom to learn, all y'all did was affect my life in some fucked up negative ass way. Then here come the white lady pretending like she a counselor in Texas. Or over the special education department in Texas. I don't know who she was. She came there to evaluate me. I knew you from somewhere, St. Louis, Missouri. You were in that classroom trying to evaluate me, telling me that everything I was doing was wrong. And it wasn't. Everything I was doing was right. And the only reason y'all got into my spirit is because I had so much other stuff going on in my life. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Y'all have been in my car, my house, everything, my computer, my everything you want to be in, and you still got the nerve to fucking try to follow me. Y'all got some real fucking audacity and gall. Me and my son are at peace. What are you at? Please, please, please have a good day. Please have a good day.